Of a new breed coming through with another live stream. Don't let social media ruin your life. You know, I take a look at this current generation, Gen Z and beyond, right? And if I'm just foreshadowing the future, I can envision a lot of people with a lot of regret because they didn't actually go out there and live their lives. And because they allowed this apparatus that we call social media dictate how they feel about themselves. And they allowed it to actually change them from the inside out in a negative way. And I think about this quite often because you're living in a time where social media, for a lot of people, has become their real life. So much so, they're no longer engaging in human interaction. They're growing socially awkward, weird, perverted. It's rather mind-boggling how the Matrix has literally grasped the souls of many people. And now there's a lifelessness that you can see in the eyes. There's a dead, cold stare. There's a absence. And you can see that people are lost. They're totally plugged in. They cannot separate reality from social media. Social media is literally dictating how people feel about each other in the real world. So much so people don't know how to deal with matters in a realistic fashion. Everything gets taken to social media. Everybody's resistant and apprehensive to communicate in a comprehensive fashion. Everybody is plugged in to the Matrix. So much so if you have a real issue in real life, all people know how to do is bring it on the internet. And it's a sad thing, man, because I could tell you right now it's very dangerous and it will ruin your life in many ways. First and foremost, on social media, never think that you know a person. Never think that you know who you're dealing with unless you've met them in person, one-on-one. There's people out here who are seriously dangerous. And you'll have people going back and forth, arguing, bickering in some type of discord on social media, and you don't even know the other party involved will really do something to you. That's what's going on in the drill culture. These young men are streaming themselves live on different blocks in different neighborhoods, taunting their opponent. And it gets heated to the point where people are literally taking people out because of social media, because they buy into the vanity of it. The clicks, likes, and views. The fake admiration. The impressions. Could you imagine that? People are throwing their whole lives away over impressions. Emojis. Digits. Now, I know that a lot of people are not going to be fulfilled in life because they're afraid to actually meet with real people. See, social media is supposed to be used as a double-edged sword, meaning, of course, the wicked cabal that control these platforms, they're going to use it to sow discord. No doubt about that. They're going to promote that. They're going to reward that. But make no mistake about it. It can also be used to do good. And the Most High understands that. Because everything ultimately is created by him. It just depends how you use it. Now, it could be used to actually bring people together, not separate, not divide, unless you dividing the wheat from the tare, of course. But it can be used to genuinely mend a breach where the depression, the loneliness, the suicidal thoughts that people go through, the social cataclysm that we're facing today could be resolved if people would just literally come outside, get some fresh air in your lungs and some sun on your skin, and link up with people who are like-minded, people who can see through the social media nonsense. Now, don't let social media ruin your life. I've sat back and watched many people over the years who've had millions of subscribers, clicks, views, likes, people who have rose to prominence on different platforms, who allowed social media to ruin them. And shout out to Rainey because she was speaking briefly on this. And I want to add to what she was saying. There's people out there who literally allow social media to pollute their minds completely, where they lose their humanity. And you'll look at these people and they aren't the same after having so much success. And if you're not careful, social media can get its clutches on you too. Now, Bree, how could you be talking about this and be on social media? Well, you got to have a strong mind to do what we do. You have to have a strong mind to be able to separate your real life from the Matrix, because the Matrix has a allure to it. This is one of these energies that Satan likes to use to grasp your psyche, your consciousness. And sometimes it gets very difficult for people to separate real life and this media. This is the reason why women are literally going out here getting augmentations, getting mutilated, chopped and screwed, because social media told them that's what it's like to be the it girl. This is the reason why young men are running around pants sagging off their behinds, drilling, thugging, drugging, out here in these streets, ready to get rich or die trying. It's because the social media apparatus told them that that's what their identity is. They don't know no other identity. They only know what the media says is fly, acceptable, and what the media says through stereotypical propaganda. They only follow what the media says is them, and they have developed their own identity. These young men out here drugging, thugging, killing, bugging out. Young men are wilding out. Young ladies wilding out. Illicit sex. Prostitution has become normal. They out here doing whatever. Why is that? Because social media told them that's the way. But guess what? When they look up in the future, they're going to be full of regret. They're going to be lonely. They're going to be lost. Their whole lives ruined to try to live up to some name. Whole lives ruined trying to live up to some reputation that a bunch of bots told you was fashionable. You got people out here selling out just to get bots, just to get fluffed up numbers that are forged and a bunch of impressions. Well, some of them not even getting no impressions because the numbers are forged. But they're doing it just to look at some digits. Why? Because it's a dopamine release in the Matrix. To get those clicks, likes, and views sends a rush to attention-seeking, miniature-minded people. And you think they don't know that? This is why you got to take time and get outdoors. Go to a beach, plant your feet in the sand. Go on a damn date. Take your wife on a date. Ladies, take your husband on a date. Get out and do something. Take a hiatus and leave the phone at home. See how much rejuvenation you will feel. See how it changes your perspective on society altogether. Because a lot of the negativity that's pushed through the airwaves, you know, Satan's playground. Because remember, the Bible says that Satan will be the prince of the airwaves, or the air. That's the airwaves. His main tool is the television and these social media boxes. Imagine what your reality would be if you was not inundating yourself with the daily rigmarole and drama that takes place. It is no longer your reality to be involved in strife, involved in nonsense, involved in drama, hearsay, innuendo, gossip, hatred, variance. That no longer becomes part of your reality. Now your reality is what you can see around you. What is around you? Are the trees around you? Are the animals around you? Are there some good people around you? See, social media is distracting everyone from seeing what's important. Now, don't let social media ruin your life, because it will. Social media will have you taking your damn clothes off. Yeah, I'm talking to you ladies out here. Women who have the looks to have a good man. But the validation and the attention is the reason why they taking their clothes off. Because why? They would rather have the attention from IG, Twitter, and so forth than the attention from a husband. So now the fellas got to compete with IG versus her husband giving her compliments daily, weekly, or whatever the case is. Now she has hundreds and thousands of men who are complimenting her on her pictures, complimenting her, telling her how beautiful she is. Now she's getting all these likes and views. And now she begins to look at men as weak beings because they're not even respectable to her anymore. Now she's looking down on these men. Now she doesn't even see the good in any man. And so she loses respect, she loses honor, she never gets a husband because she has all this attention until she gets older, and then she realizes that she spent her whole life for cheap thrills. The cheap thrills was just likes, clicks, and views. See, you got people out here who can't sleep at night unless they got a certain amount of likes on a photograph. You got women out here that are like that, men out here who are like that, who can't sleep at night unless they have that dopamine release of social media. Let me get this water open real quick. Y'all give me a second. Social media is ruining lives. Social media is destroying relationships. There's people out here who are taking what's happening on these platforms, and they are here letting it pour over into their real relationships and believe it or not, it's taking a toll on you. It's bothering you. And that's a problem. Some of y'all out there literally are ruining connections with people because you're too distracted with this apparatus. And then y'all not able to function properly in society. You at your workplace, you're distracted. You're looking for the next mention. You're looking for the next comment. And it can ruin one's life. Ayana says people even lose friends over these things because of popularity contests. Instead of trying to be popular and liked by everyone, there was nothing wrong with being real and true. That's a fact. Man, that's a fact. And everybody is in competition with each other, and that's a problem. Somebody says, endorphins rushes are back to back. No drug like it. That's exactly what it is. It's an endorphin. And I've watched social media ruin people's lives. Some brothers out here can't get themselves a wife. Why? Because you're on social media consistently entertaining the Jezebel spirit, the succubus demon. You're on social media consistently giving up your energy to these scantily clad women, and you're not able to function in society. You're not out here able to approach a woman the way you should. Why? Because now you're dealing with social anxiety, because what's done in the dark will show in the light. Now you're living your life as an incel. Now you're not able to attract a suitable mate. Why? Because you on IG looking at this one and that one, and then that tends to send you brothers down the rabbit hole. And now you looking at corn, and now you all awkward out here. Now you've become a shell of a man. Now your testosterone is at an all-time low. Now you're unable to properly function in society. All because social media grabbed you in, and it grabs you in. And a rabbit hole will make you darker and darker and darker to the point where you just got a dark cloud hovering over your head. And it's not one of those things you're just going to grow out of. I don't care what age you are, brothers. It's time for you to stop now with allowing the succubus demon to drain you of your confidence, to drain you of your very essence and your masculinity. It's time that you rise out of that obscurity. It's time that you break the spell and curse of social media. Stop going into that rabbit hole. Ivana says, I'm a Gen Z as well, and can say the 80s and 90s was the last best 2 decades, where social media wasn't necessary to interact with others. Ignorance truly was bliss then, and people were happier. Exactly. People were definitely happier. People were more social. People were more approachable, and people had fun. There was more cookouts. There was more activity in general. People made life fun. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to peep something real quick. Let me see if I could turn this around. You see that fire hydrant right there? Something as simple as that fire hydrant right there. In the 90s, the kids is out here literally loosening that hydrant up on a nice warm day, and they having fun. They done just made a whole water activity. The adults is outside. Food is on the grill. You hear the laughter of children. You hear music playing. Do you understand how dead society is? And how much social media plays a role in all of this? It's so much lifelessness here that the next step is people just going to become androids. And that's what they're working on. The next step is just make people become the damn android. The next step is literally taking people and making them merge with the matrix. Somebody says you speak in pure facts. Right, people living in virtual reality world. And it's really taking a toll on their mind frame. Not realizing that they are engaging with demons. They're engaging with demons. Somebody said catching street lights to get home was a must. Somebody said life today is so artificial. It is. Somebody said scientists have discovered how negative social media is for one's mental and emotional health. Right. There was one particular documentary, or it was some type of docuseries that I was watching. And it was talking about how Instagram affects the mind, particularly with Gen Zs, and how a lot of young ladies are self-deleting. And it's all surrounded by being covetous. That word, man, I know y'all see me keep touching my nose. My allergies are acting up, so my nose is itching. So I don't know why. That pollen, it do what it do. But in these studies, it showed the adverse effect of Instagram, and a lot of young ladies are comparing themselves to other women. See, let me put this out there. I want you to understand this. Back in the day, like the 80s and 90s, like Sister Abana was talking about, right? Back in the day, you didn't have many people to compare yourself to, only the people in your community. The 50, 60, 70 people that you see daily. And that includes the people that you go to school with, the people that you see when you get off that bus, the people at home, whatever. You got like 60, 70 people that you probably in your immediate circle that you're comparing yourself to. Now, what social media does is now you're comparing yourself to hundreds and thousands of people daily. Comparing yourself. And you could be doing it subconsciously. You could be doing it subconsciously. And that's a sad thing. And what it does to young ladies, mostly young ladies struggle with this. Let me do something. Let me do this person a favor. Let's do this one a favor. Let's get them out of there. There we go. Don't you love it that we got the block button? See, these social media apparatuses, they generate all kind of spirits. They generate all kind of spirits. And the block game is strong over here. These platforms are portals. Your cell phone, that's a portal. And when you bear the light, you can expect to gain. Let me see. Why am I not able to actually let me see. Y'all give me a moment. Channel activity. It's always going to be trolls, bro. Let me see. I guess on the vertical stream, you're unable to block, only delete. So if I have moderators, please get James out of here. James is a weirdo. So let's do me that solid. You know, every time you speak the truth, folly will come next. Somebody said, blessed up, brother. Everything you were saying is so true. Technology taking over everything, but those that walk with the Lord know the truth. Absolutely. And there's a lot of Agent Smiths out here. There's a lot of evil beings out here. But look, don't let social media ruin your life. Don't let social media consume you. Don't let it devour your souls, brothers and sisters. There has to come a time where you come out and you meet real people in real life. There has to come a time where you stop staying in your bubble and in your comfort zone. Do not conform to this society. And this person is making multiple profiles. So as you see them, get rid of them, brothers and sisters. Somebody said, Breed, I never seen an entire city hacked by an evil spirit, but now the Lord is showing me. I'm telling you. Someone says, this is a test. Choices you make, you may regret. I'm telling y'all, enjoy your lives. I don't want to stream live very long. Sometimes I just got to say my message, speak my part, and keep it moving. I got much more content coming. Every last one of y'all got to live your lives. Every last one of you got to break free from the matrix. Regardless of what anybody's telling you out here, you got to break free. Build with like-minded people. Don't let your life pass you by and become a straight up recluse who barricades themselves in the house just waiting for the powers that be to send the orders to keep you there. Don't become that person, because that's what they want from the people. They don't want us to go out here and live our lives. That's what C-19 was all about. That's what the gas shortages was all about a couple years ago. Don't let them people keep you in the bubble. It's time for the chosen ones to unite, rise up, and do what we need to do. I love each and every one of y'all. With that being said, shalom and peace.